Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so thrilled to have you at the Pennsylvania Association of College Admission Counseling College Fair. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but we'll stick around for the entire session to answer any questions. My name is Jeannie, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. First, your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you today. However, find that Q&A button in the center of your screen. You can use that at any time to submit to our presenters. If you have questions for anyone, you don't have to wait until they're presenting. Go ahead and submit questions during the entire event today. This is one of many different sessions happening, so make sure you take a look at that schedule on the website. And then this presentation is being recorded, will be available at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. I'll put that link in the chat for you all, but now we're going to turn it over and get started with our first presenter. Starting us off today is Westminster College. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Hello, and thank you for joining us all tonight. First things first, I just want to tell you a little bit about Westminster and where we're located. So we're in Pennsylvania. We're on the western side of Pennsylvania, kind of on the PA-Ohio border there, about an hour north of Pittsburgh and about an hour south of Erie. We're a small private liberal arts college. We have about 1,200 students on the campus. Average class size is about 17, but that number could vary. I'm sure with any class, with your major courses, you're going to have a few more students in there, maybe up to 30, but those elective courses, you may have only 5 students in a class. I mentioned we're a liberal arts college. What does that mean? I think the simplest way to put it is to compare it a little bit to high school, but with a little twist. So throughout your 4 years at Westminster, you're going to have a major, whether it's biology or education or music, whatever that may be. And throughout your 4 years, you're going to be taking all of your courses to satisfy that major. However, I mentioned we're a liberal arts school, and I mentioned high school a little bit. So every single student, regardless of their major, would have to take 7 different types of courses outside of their category or outside of their major. Just as an example, every single student would need to take some sort of science class or some sort of math class, a humanities and cultures class. There's 7 different categories of these classes. It's not as bad as it sounds, trust me. There's maybe a student isn't too into science or too into math. There are options throughout all these different categories for you as a student. For example, maybe you're not very good at just the typical biology where you're in a lab and looking at cells or anything. You could take a birding class and you have to learn about the biology of birds and their anatomy and their migration patterns and everything. It's a science level class, but it's a little different than the normal class you might be used to in high school currently. And this can be said for all of these different types of category classes that you would need to take. And of course, like I said, this is going to be built right into your curriculum as well. So while you're going through your 4 years and satisfying your major courses, you're also going to be satisfying those liberal arts requirements needed for you to graduate. Something else about majors as well, every single major, almost every single major, has internships built into each of them. I believe it's about 90% of the majors on our campus require some sort of internship to graduate. And your faculty members and your advisors are going to be there to get you connected with the right place to get this internship. Those usually start around your sophomore, junior year, and you have services here on the campus that'll connect you with alumni from Westminster as well to find these internships from places all over the country and all different lines of work. I think that's it for the major side of things at Westminster. I want to delve a little bit into the extracurriculars. The number one reason you should be at college, of course, is to graduate with your Bachelor of Science or your Bachelor of Arts or your Bachelor of Nursing, whatever that may be. But you're going to need something to do after you're done with your homework and after you're done studying for that test. You might get a little bored just sitting in your dorm room. And Westminster has over 80 clubs and organizations for students to get involved in. This includes our 20 plus varsity athletic teams, music ensembles, fraternities, and sororities. I like to say that you name it, we got it here at Westminster, something to satisfy every student's little niche that they might have on the campus. And get involved in something. Just in one of those 80 plus organizations, like I said, you're going to need something to do when you're done with your homework and studying and everything else. And it's going to by far make your time at Westminster that much better. I mentioned athletics a little bit. I said we have 20 plus varsity athletic teams, and they're good teams. And I'd like to just say one brief thing about our athletics. Everything is nice, new, and shiny when it comes to the athletics. We have a brand new baseball field, brand new softball field, a brand new soccer and lacrosse field, and our locker rooms for student athletes were recently redone. And our field house has received renovations and is going to be continuing to receive those renovations. I'd like to jump into the application process really fast. So the application process for current juniors that are interested in applying to Westminster, it opens up August 1st with the Common App, and it's completely free to apply to us. We're test optional, so ACTs, SATs, those are all optional. The writing example, optional, and the letters of recommendation, also optional for Westminster. But send that stuff in if you have it. We have scholarships that our financial aid office looks at, and if you and another student are up for the same exact scholarship and you both have the same exact GPA, they're going to look at that optional stuff that you submitted. And who's going to look better on the head-to-head? You that turned in all that optional stuff, or the student that decided not to do that. So do that. We have rolling admissions. So in that August time, a few months after that, we'll start sending out our decisions, and that'll be going until May. Of course, don't forget financial aid, and our financial aid office is there to help. In terms of finding us, go to westminster.edu and you can find some more info there.
And listen to that, a timer going off, perfect timing. Okay, thank you so much, Westminster College. Great to have you kick us off here. We are going to turn it over now to Cedar Crest College. We are ready for you whenever you are ready.
Hi, everyone. I first want to introduce myself. My name is Madison. I am actually an alumna of Cedar Crest College. So I graduated in 2019 with my bachelor's, and I am a current graduate student as well. So people tend to stick around here. With that, I'm actually going to go into a presentation. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to turn my camera off. Okay, so Cedar Crest College is located in Allentown, Pennsylvania, which is east on the New Jersey border, about an hour north of Philadelphia. We are an all-women's institution. We have about 1,400 undergraduate students on campus. Most are commuters, but we do have 3 residence halls. So we are looking for new resident students as well. This picture here at the beginning of the presentation is an aerial view of campus, as well as the city of Allentown and honestly, most of the Lehigh Valley. So as I said, we are a suburban small campus. We are a 4-year private liberal arts college for women, founded in 1867 in the basement of a church in the city of Allentown. And we are 84 acres, as well as a nationally registered arboretum with over 130 species of trees. We are known for our small size. So our student to faculty ratio is about 9:1. And our average class size depends on the year, but you might have 20 kids in your freshman psychology class. By the time you get to your senior year, you might have 7 students in a class. And so it gives you that opportunity to bond with faculty and get some great opportunities. You can start research your freshman year, and we have great opportunities for internships. We also have 50+ clubs available on campus. So you can start your own if we don't have one that you're looking for, but I will go over the clubs a little bit later. We also have 11 Division III athletic teams, and we just added wrestling for the fall, as well as over 40 majors and over 30 minors and an honors program. So we have a few slides here on why to choose a women's college. There are only 30 left in the country. There were about 150 back in the 1960s. So it's very important that we stay around. And these are some of the reasons why. We are some of the safest environments for young women to live and learn. They promote lifelong connections, friendships, and a network of women to support and guide you. You are 100% heard, taken seriously, and empowered at a women's college. And you stand among and build upon a network of powerful and influential women. And so, CEOs, senators, presidential candidates, Nobel Peace Prize winners, you name it, a lot of those women did attend a women's college. And that's because women's colleges focus on how women learn and lead, and they create a safe and empowering environment for young women to grow and pursue their dreams. And this is just a graph showing how many women's colleges alumni go on to graduate school, doctorate degrees. And our academic programs, we have a large diversity ranging from business to forensic science to environmental conservation, history, theater. Our biggest ones are nursing, forensic science, and education/art therapy. So we have an entire school of nursing that has simulation labs. We have connections with the Lehigh Valley Health Network, pretty much right across the street. A lot of our students will do clinicals there. Our forensics department also has a master's of science in forensic science, and simulation labs as well. And then we also offer minors in most of our departments. So here is a list of those. And academic certificates as well. If you don't want to do a whole minor, a lot of these we don't offer as majors or minors, but you can get a certificate. And then on campus, as I said, we have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Over 50 clubs and organizations. There are academic, and so we have our Honor Society, our Forensic Science Student Association. They're diversity based, so our Latinx club out there, which is our LGBT club, Black Student Union, and they're also interest based. So we have an anime club or a student athlete advisory board. And our 11 Division III athletic teams, we have most of the basics that you would expect, as well as a new wrestling team that we just added. We are part of the Colonial States Athletic Conference and the Northeastern Athletic Conference for swimming. And we also offer a fitness center and a pool on campus that students can use 24/7. We offer a guaranteed study abroad. So in the spring of your sophomore year, you will go to a city abroad with the rest of your sophomore class, completely free. You just have to pay for your passport and any souvenirs that you want when you're over there. And it's named after our last president, who was passionate about study abroad and students getting out and having different cultural experiences. So the college will choose a city when you start in your freshman year. It'll be announced at orientation, and then spring semester of your sophomore year, you will take a class on that city and you will travel there.
Madison, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to ask you to get to your last slide so that we can transition it and people can find out how to contact you if they have more information.
Okay. And then we have guaranteed student employment on campus as well.
Madison, sorry, I just need you to share where they can contact you so we can keep going here.
Okay. You can contact us at, well, you can contact me at madison.detweiler@cedarcrest.edu.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I know this is really hard to fit in 6 minutes. I appreciate all of your work to get it in. We're going to keep going now and hear from Widener University. We are ready for you whenever you are ready.
All right, welcome everybody. My name is Steve Faduk. I am one of the assistant directors of admissions here at Widener University. So for those of you who do not know where we are located in Chester, Pennsylvania, which is about 10 minutes south of the Philadelphia International Airport. So a little bit about Widener. We do offer a small class size with our average class size, pardon for that, around 25 students per class. With that, we do offer a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and about 90% of our faculty hold a doctor or terminal degree within their field. Another benefit about choosing Widener for the personal attention is that we do not use teaching assistants, graduate assistants, TAs, GAs, whatever you like to call them, to teach our undergraduate coursework. So what that means for you guys is that you're learning directly from your professors for extra credit, for office hours during the exam, whatever you may need. We have around 3,000 full-time undergraduate students and 3,000 graduate students as well. So we are a smaller to mid-sized university, and we offer 40 majors and 50 minors. So we offer majors and minors in STEM, in liberal arts, and really anything in between. So it's not uncommon for our students to pair a major and a minor that are related. For example, you could major in economics and minor in finance. But we've had students that pair things that are totally unrelated. For example, we've had students that major in nursing but minor in dance, that just because their interest lies there. So whatever the case is for you, we do offer both pathways. So regarding two huge benefits that we have on campus is that we do guarantee housing for all 4 years, and we do allow all students, including first-year students, to have a car on campus. Approximately speaking, about 79% of our freshmen do reside on campus, and outside of that, it's about 70% of the total student body that lives on campus for us. So this slide talks about the application process. So we have two types of application. You can do the either Widener application on our website at widener.edu/apply, or you can do the common application as well. Both are free applications, so you do not have to pay a fee. And we do offer two types of decision. One is early action, and the second is regular decision. Early action means that your application is in and complete by November 1st, and any decision you receive is non-binding, and we guarantee a admission decision by the Thanksgiving holiday. If you do not meet that early action deadline of November 1st, no worries, you simply fall into regular decision, in which case your application is reviewed after the Thanksgiving holiday, and typically students hear back from us within 3 to 4 weeks. So we are test optional for all of you guys who are looking to either submit scores or not submit test scores. So it's totally up to you. So aside from the application, whether that would be the Widener app or the Common App, we will require either your high school transcript and essay, or your high school transcript and SAT or ACT test scores. Letters of recommendation are optional, and we do accept APIB and dual enrollment credits as well. So with the support services on campus being a smaller institution, we do start with your admissions counselors. So every student, based on where they go to high school, is assigned a counselor who is their point person for any questions throughout the entire admissions process. And then that transitions to once you guys are on campus as well. So this slide shows you a short list of some of the support services that we offer, but this is not inclusive as the list goes on and on at our institution. So they start from day one all the way up until graduation. So you may think, you know, hey, I'm coming in, I really don't need to visit the writing center because I'm a great writer. But then you may get to your senior year project and realize, hey, maybe I should take a second pair of eyes to this and see if I can get additional help. So use that as an example, like I mentioned, from day one all the way up until graduation, all of these support services are included in the price of tuition for you to use for your entire academic time. So with some points of pride with outcomes, 95% of the graduating class of 2021 were employed or within graduate school within 6 months of graduation. And for those students who were working, their mean salary was just over $60,000 per year. And this slide, if you would like to follow us on social media, we do offer various platforms that you see below. You can use the handle @ChooseWidener. And we included 2 quotes here from current freshmen about what they had to say about their experience at Widener thus far. And I know we only have a brief time together with you guys tonight, but if you are interested, we do offer various campus options. So we do offer a virtual tour. If you want to check us out online first, you can use the link widener.edu/virtual tour. It is voiced over by a former ambassador of ours who just recently graduated. So you are hearing from a student at Widener. And if you would like to visit us on campus, we do have an open house this upcoming Sunday. But if those dates don't work, we do offer various tours Monday through Friday and select weekends as well. So with that, I'll put my contact information in the chat. And if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to let me know. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Widener University. We're going to keep on moving here, and we're going to hear from Ursinus College as they get their presentation all loaded. I want to remind everyone that Q&A function is live, so go ahead and submit any questions you have. All right, Ursinus College, we're ready for you.
Okay, cool. Well, hi, I'm Eliza. I'm a admissions counselor from Ursinus. I'm just going to get in my full kind of view of my screen share. So here from Ursinus, pronounced Ursinus. I know it's a little bit of a weird name. I hear a lot of different versions of it, but we're a small private liberal arts college located about 25 miles outside of Philadelphia in Collegeville, Pennsylvania. And so we have 1,500 students total. That's our kind of small. So most of our classes are about 16 people. That's where we cap out our intro freshman writing course. And we don't ever let it get above 30, even in our intro bio classes, intro psych, things that are more popular. And so we're very residential also in that 1,500 students. So 94% of our residents live on campus, and we guarantee housing for all 4 years. So we're not like a suitcase school, backpack school, whatever the term is there. There are always events happening on the evenings and the weekends, and students really hang around to make the campus feel like a community. So thinking in the academic direction, we have about 60 different total areas of study, so majors and minors there. And our top 5 majors tend to be biology, business and economics, health and exercise physiology, psychology, and media and communication studies. So those are some of our larger cohorts, but if you're not seeing something you're interested in there, I promise we do a ton of other things as well. We do them very well. But some things that we really like to emphasize in our academics is hands-on research and experience. All students can start researching in labs with professors, getting really hands-on from that freshman year. And research is available not just in the sciences, working in labs, but also in the humanities. We've had students in like the English department spend their summer writing collections of feminist horror fiction, writing poetry inspired by climate change and different sites in the area. So it's very possible to get involved in that no matter what your area of study is. And so 99% of our students receive some form of financial aid. As it says there, we have a range of $21,000 to $40,000 in merit scholarships that all of our applicants are considered for, as well as 13 different scholarships in various special interest areas with some little extra essay steps to consider if you're applying. We do need-based aid through the FAFSA as well. So we work real hard on the financial aid side of it. And apologies, I'm skipping around a little bit, but bouncing around here, we are also one of the 44 colleges that change lives. It's a list of schools that are sort of an alternative to bigger names in education. I'm not seeing like Villanova or Harvard on there. Schools that offer a smaller, transformative, student-centered experience. And we've been on that list since it was created when it was just 30 schools, and we've remained on it as it's gone up to 44. So that's a distinction that we're pretty proud of and helps get our tiny little bit weird name out there. But jumping on just a little bit to student life, we are a Division III school in terms of athletics, so we're not March Madness, but we do have 26 different varsity teams now. This PowerPoint is just a week out of date. Like Cedar Crest, we've got a women's wrestling program starting up this fall that we're really excited about. We have 100 different kind of clubs and organizations all over campus as well, different Greek life, different affinity groups, academic honor societies, mock trial. We have a Nerf gun club that shuts down the science buildings at night and plays capture the flag in there. So a whole broad range of different things. That's part of what's going on campus, evenings and weekends, what keeps students sticking around. And so our retention rate, so number of students who come back for that sophomore year, who decide we love it, we're sticking around, is about 87%, which is well above the national average. So a number we're pretty proud of. And that job placement rate is 94%. So 94% of our students are employed, pursuing graduate study or a year of service within 6 months of graduation. We're pretty happy with that number. We think it's in part due to what you see a little bit below there on the slide, that 100% participation in an experiential learning project. So that's a graduation requirement we have, that all students do some kind of experiential out of the classroom, hands-on thing in their time at Ursinus. They can do a study abroad, independent research, internship, student teaching. Any of those will fulfill it, and many students fulfill it more than once. But it puts some pressure on the student to think, what are those would I like to do? Do I want to go abroad? But also some pressure on the college. Obviously, we want you guys to graduate. So there's a lot of work put into individual career advising, making sure those study abroad credits transfer, funding summer research in any field on our campus, all kinds of things like that. And so every student is guaranteed to leave with at least one really awesome thing on their resume. I think is part of why that 94% comes and works out for so many of our students. I'm covering a lot in a short amount of time, so I'll say a couple words quick about our application. We are completely free on the Common App, so we're very easy there. Our application is just the Common App, transcripts, one letter of recommendation, and then we are completely test optional. We've been test optional for more than 10 years. So it's not like a COVID change. We will not be shifting back. We are fully sticking with it. And if you're interested in kind of reaching out to us, learning more, you can always shoot us an email at admission@ursinus.edu or that ursinus.edu/visit there. Or you can email me at emladzinski@ursinus.edu if you can spell my last name. So yeah, thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ursinus College. All right, we're going to keep going now and hear from Carlow University. Take it away when you're ready.
Thank you so much. I apologize in advance, everyone. I'm having some technical difficulties here tonight. So I'm speaking to you through my phone. So I'm going to kind of be looking off at my presentation. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. But just to share a little bit about Carlow University with you, my name is Ashley Cedar, Assistant Director of Enrollment at Carlow. We are a very small but mighty school in the center of it all in the city of Pittsburgh. We are located in Oakland, which is the EDS, Meds, and Tech district of the city. We're very proud of that because it allows for students to have really strong and great experiential learning opportunities. So on average, our students are in at least 3 to 4 experiential learning opportunities, which then turns into a great job placement rate for us. We currently have a 98% job placement rate up to 6 months after graduation, or students are in graduate school up to 6 months after graduation. So we're very proud of that. We're also very, very proud of our history. We have a very rich history to the city of Pittsburgh. We were founded by the Sisters of Mercy. The Sisters of Mercy came over from the United States, from Carlow, Ireland, to the United States from Carlow, Ireland. And their primary purpose coming to the United States was to support the sick, the uneducated, and the poor. So they founded a few different organizations when they arrived in the mid 1800s, orphanages, schools. Mercy Hospital was founded by the Sisters of Mercy. And then around the start of the Great Depression, the Sisters of Mercy realized there were a lot of colleges and universities established in the city of Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, they weren't accepting Catholic women at that time. So at the start of the Great Depression, limited resources, kind of going against the grain, they founded Carlow University as an all-women's school. After World War II, when the GI Bill was passed and the soldiers all started coming home from war, the Sisters of Mercy said, okay, now we need to meet that need. So we became a co-ed institution after World War II, and we have been ever since. I mentioned we're a small but mighty school. We have about 1,300 undergraduate students. You're looking at about 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We are a liberal arts university with a wide variety of ways to get involved outside of the classroom. Clubs, organizations. We have 14 athletics teams. We're NAIA River States Conference Division II affiliated. So lots of great ways to get involved on campus outside of academics, including all of the amazing social events, sporting events, concerts, restaurants going on in the city of Pittsburgh. In terms of majors, we're really well known for our healthcare fields. Nursing, we're very, very well known for. We have one of the highest pass rates on the NCLEX in Southwestern PA. We're currently at a 95% pass rate on the first attempt. We also offer majors within biology. Human biology is very popular. We have a cadaver lab on our campus. We also have cardiovascular perfusion. We're one of 18 schools in the country that offers that program with a 100% job placement rate. We're also very well known for our helping professions, including early childhood education, psychology, criminology, social work, and then our expressive majors. So arts, art therapy, creative writing, English. We're also in the Peachy Agreement, which is the Pittsburgh Council on Higher Education. So all of the local universities in the city of Pittsburgh are in partnership with one another. So students can cross-register at any of those partnering universities at no additional cost. So you get the benefits of a small school at Carlow, but you also get the course catalogs of several schools in the city of Pittsburgh at no additional cost to you. In terms of admission, we do run on rolling admissions. For upcoming seniors, our application typically opens August 1st, and you can apply one of two places. We are on the Common app, and we're also at carlow.edu, completely free to apply. We love to read letters of recommendations and essays, so feel free to add those to your application. When we review for admission, we also simultaneously review for merit scholarships. So every single admitted student is guaranteed a merit scholarship from us. And our current highest merit scholarship is $20,000, and that is per year. So it is renewable for up to 8 semesters of undergraduate study. So after you're admitted, you will know your admission status as well as your merit scholarship. And then your personal enrollment counselor will walk you through every step of the way moving forward towards the fall. So getting your FAFSA filed, finalizing financial aid, getting you registered in classes, the whole 9 yards will help with. We do encourage you to come visit us, follow us on social media. We do offer tours Monday through Friday. You can find that at carlow.edu, how to register. We do have some on-campus open houses on Saturdays, some virtual events as well. And you can always email us with additional questions at admissions@carlow.edu.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for wrapping up this portion of today's event, Carlow University. We are going to transition now to the second half of this event, and that is a round robin Q&A for everyone. So I'm going to ask all of my fellow panelists here to video. I am going to answer our first question, which is, what is one piece of advice that you would give someone going through the college search process? We're going to go in the same order, so I will ask for Westminster College to kick us off here.
All right. The number one advice I would give to any student going through the process, and it's advice I wish I had heard going through the process. Visit the college that you are applying to. All of us on this video could be talking to you until our faces turn blue about our institutions. And you can check out the websites and they might look amazing on the website. But until you actually go there and see the college in person, you're never going to understand whether or not you could actually see yourself going there for 3 or 4 years or 5 years, however long you would be there. Check it out. See the dorm rooms and the different academic buildings and the student campus center and everything. See if you could imagine yourself going there throughout the whole process of everywhere you apply.
Yeah, I would give the same advice. But additionally, I would tell you that you need to pick the place that's right for you. You know, culturally, size-wise, you know, just what you want out of your home for the next 4 years. And also what you plan to study.
So I would say my piece of advice, aside from visiting, would be to ask questions. No question is a dumb question. Myself, as well as my colleagues here, have probably heard everything under the sun, and there's nothing that surprises us anymore. But ask questions for your admissions counselor, faculty, students, to really make sure that you're making the best fit for you.
Yeah, so I would completely second all the visit advice questions, absolutely. But to go in a slightly different direction so I don't sound repetitive, I would also recommend having someone read your essay as you're doing the college search. I know that was something that super intimidated me when I was writing it. I was very scared of letting anybody else see that until I sent it in, but read out loud to someone, send it to someone else. Having somebody else look at it can really help you with like the flow, the grammar. Does it just feel good? Basics like that.
Sorry, having some trouble with mute there. No, I don't want to sound repetitive either, but touring is definitely very important. You know, visiting campus, seeing if it's a good fit for you, and meeting with your enrollment counselor or your admissions counselor and using us. You know, when we send you emails, interact with us, ask questions, let us know if there's anything you need, because that's what we love to do and that's why we're here. So.
Awesome. Well, clearly a bunch of experts on this call. Thank you so much for sharing all your advice there. We're going to take question number 2 back to your different campuses. So the question I have now is, what is one thing that you want students to remember about your school? We'll go in the same order. So we will have Westminster College kick us off again.
I like to call Westminster a self-sustaining community where everything you need is here on the campus. We're in a small rural area. We have a beautiful town we're near Amish country, so there's a lot of, you know, natural or like homemade goods and all this stuff. It's a very beautiful place to visit. Like I said, we're only an hour north of Pittsburgh. It's beautiful. Come check it out.
Yeah, I would say our unique community. We're not very common to find anymore, but it's a wonderful experience. And if you come here, we truly care about your growth and development and your success.
I would say what makes us unique at Widener is the individual personal attention. So when you're stepping foot through the admission process, or even when you come to campus, if we don't know the answer, we will get you to the right person in contact. And if we don't know, one of your classmates will know, and they will follow you for all 4 years to make sure that you are successful from day one all the way up until graduation.
I would say for us, those kind of research opportunities that I mentioned a little bit in my kind of presentation, that students can get involved in any field, humanities or STEM, researching independently or with professors from that freshman year. It's a great experience that looks really strong as you're thinking about jobs or grad school potentially, but also very easy to get involved in. We have students who have gotten involved in our current concussion study just by hanging out in the psych classroom a little bit too long after class. So definitely always easy to get involved in things. That's a big point.
I would say probably the one thing that I would want students to remember or know about Carlow is that we are a values-driven university. We are, because of our founding by the Sisters of Mercy, are committed to what's we like to say a just and merciful world. That's our goal, is to graduate ethical leaders for a world that needs them. So we have a very strong commitment to social justice and equity. We actually have an institute called the Social Justice Institute right on our campus. So if you're interested in, becoming that ethical leader within your career field, Carlow is a great place to be because we are so rooted in our values.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you for sharing a little bit more about each of your programs. Okay, we've got time for one more question, and we're going to have to do it rapid fire. So 30 seconds or less. Let's do some myth busting. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admission process? Kicking us off again, Westminster College.
It's not as intimidating as it sounds. Trust me. I think I speak for everyone on this call. The application, it'll take you less than an hour to fill out. If you've already had that essay done and people have looked over it, filling out that other stuff, it's as simple as just putting in a few questions, and in half an hour it's done. Of course, there's going to be some more time spent on traveling and visiting the places, but applying to the college, it's pretty easy to do. So just do it. I think all of us would be asking that same question for each student.
The college is here to help you. Wherever you apply, your admissions counselors, admissions team, student ambassadors, current students, faculty, everyone has your back and wants what's best for you. So do not be afraid of them. Do not be intimidated by them. We are here to help.
So I would say I'm going to take a different route with the college admission process and think of the financial aid aspect. I would say my advice would be, don't let the sticker price of any institution scare you. You never know what the final bottom line cost is going to be until you apply and then get your merit scholarship and then fill out the FAFSA for any additional need-based grants. So more oftentimes than not, I see students that they will get the same amount of financial aid regardless of if it is a private school versus a state school as well. So don't let the sticker price scare you.
I would say it's totally okay to be undecided in terms of major and interest. I know that can be intimidating, but plenty of the people who say they know what they're going to major in, what they're going to thesis in senior year, it'll change, it'll shift. There's plenty of schools that aren't going to lock you into what you say on the Common App. So don't be afraid to say, I don't know what I want to do.
And I would kind of go the financial aid route myself. A myth, I guess, is scholarships are hard to find. Not if you start your search early. So you're in a good spot if you're, a current junior. Start looking at scholarships now. Outside of the FAFSA and the federal financial aid, you can get some pretty nice scholarships. I have a student that just got a scholarship from Burger King. So they're out there, they're everywhere. Just ask, it doesn't hurt. The worst that they can say is no.
Fantastic. Well, thank you all so much for sharing all of this information about your institutions, but also about the college admission process, making sure that everyone who's joined us today is a little bit better prepared for this big search ahead of them. I also want to thank everyone who's joined us today, whether you are here live or you are catching the recording. We are really grateful that you took time to learn about all of these programs, and we hope that your next step is to do some more research, reach out to these admissions folks, and hopefully book a campus tour soon. Just a few reminders as you close up here. When you exit out of this window, you're going to get a very quick 5-question survey. Any information that you can provide about today's events will help us make these better for you in the future. And then also, I dropped that link in the chat one more time. strivescan.com/Pennsylvania is where you can find this recording along with all of the others. And this is the last session of the night, but we've got more scheduled events for Pennsylvania coming up in the coming weeks. So make sure you take a look at that schedule and you jump into future events. We would love to have you. All right, once again, thank you and have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye-bye.